Hi everyone! Today we're creating a gorgeous geometric flower pattern that looks incredibly high-end. This half-circle design is so versatile. Imagine it on the back of a denim jacket, the bodice of a blouse, or even a decorative pillowcase. To get those flowers perfectly symmetrical, we need a precise grid. I'm using a rectangle of graph paper with 6 squares. I'll pin it right onto my fabric, which is already snug in the hoop. I'm pinning the rectangle of paper directly onto the fabric, which is already tight in my hoop. Make sure the paper is flat and smooth. By pinning it first, we ensure that the paper won't move while we're marking, so our 6 mm grid stays perfectly aligned across the whole surface. Using a white heat erasable pen, I'm marking dots at every corner. Once the paper is removed, I'll connect those dots to create a grid 25 squares wide. To get that perfect half-circle shape, I'm using a simple ring as a guide. Once the shape is drawn, I just iron away the grid lines outside the circle. It's like magic, a perfectly clean workspace. I'm marking dots on the first row, then X marks on the third, then dots again on the fifth. This creates the map for our flowers. Now let's prepare our thread. I'm separating a single strand from my black embroidery floss. We want to keep these foundation stitches very thin and subtle. By using just one strand for our double cross stitches, we create a strong anchor for our flowers without adding too much bulk under the petals. The needle is threaded and my knot is secure, so let's dive in. We're starting with our black foundation stitches. I'll bring my needle up from the back at the corner of the first grid square. Remember, we are aiming for a clean X and then a plus on top for each of these marked spots. Since black on black can be a bit tricky to see, keep an eye on the diagram I'm showing right now. Those red marks represent every double cross stitch we're making. If the grid gets a bit confusing, just download the pattern from the link in my description. It's a perfect reference to keep next to you while you stitch. We are working in a half circle today, but you can use this grid for any shape you like. Don't ignore those small partial squares along the border. It might be a little tight, but make sure to fit your double cross stitches into those edge pieces. Even if only a tiny corner of the square is inside your line, you must carefully stitch your cross stitches on those partial grids too. This ensures that the final shape looks like a perfect smooth curve rather than a jagged edge once we finish our weaving. On the X marks, we'll use a single strand of white. This foundation is the skeleton of our design. Now for the fun part, weaving. Switch to a tapestry needle here. Because it has a blunt tip, it will glide under the stitches without piercing the fabric or splitting your threads. A quick note, my footage for the very first petal was corrupted, so we're jumping in at the second petal, don't worry. The steps are exactly the same. I am using 2 strands of off-white floss. Starting from the white center, weave under the black cross stitches to create 4 petals. To make them look full and lush, I'm wrapping each petal twice. Embroidery is more than just a craft. It's a form of therapy. Want a different vibe? Try bold neon colors on dark fabric or soft pastels on white linen. Next, I'm switching to 4 strands of beige floss. We're going to weave another 4 petals right between the white ones. See how the flower blooms? Just repeat this for every set of crosses until the half circle is filled. Don't feel limited by the half circle. You can use this technique to fill a full circle, a square, or even follow the neckline of a dress. Taking the time to count your stitches and watch a pattern emerge is incredibly relaxing and great for your mental well-being. So take a deep breath, be patient with yourself, and enjoy the process. We start with a foundation of double cross stitches. It looks like a simple grid now, but watch what happens when we start weaving. You'll notice I've switched to a tapestry needle for the weaving part. This is so important because it has a blunt rounded tip. It will glide right under your base stitches without snagging the fabric or splitting the black thread. I am adding some delicate straight stitches using a single strand of off-white floss. While I love the high contrast look of off-white and beige on black cotton, don't be afraid to experiment. This pattern looks incredible on dark denim jackets using bright neons or on heavy white linen with soft pastels. It's all about finding the combination that fits your style. Fill a complete circle for a statement piece or use a square grid to create a decorative border. The graph paper method ensures your geometry will be perfect every single time.